What's up, everybody? This is KROC on KROC Speaks. So today we got some topics for you because I haven't been online for a minute. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to catch up on. So we're gonna just dive into it. I'm trying to do something right quick, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get this on all of my platforms, so just bear with me. All right, here we go. Let's go. The first thing I want to do is give a shout out to Kool-Aid Risk Taker. He made the draft and he's going to New Orleans Saints. Go ahead, partner. He going to New Orleans Saints. And I also want to give a shout out to Geneva, his mom. You did a good job. Good job. Representation of Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put that out there. Good job, good job. But the thing I want to talk about today, we got a lot of topics because I haven't been on here like I need to and like I wanted to. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to discuss. And the first thing I want to bring up is Chris Brown and Quavo. Partner. I woke up Saturday morning, because I had a, you know what I'm saying, a hard Friday night. And I saw all these, posts about Chris Brown this song. And I'm like, hold on, let me go to TikTok right quick. Chris murdered Quavo. And then he ended it with, you just got bodied by a singing nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just scratching my head. Like, you really let Chris Brown drag you? Like, for real? And then I had a dude come in and say, he didn't believe in rap beefs. And, rap beefs, it spills into the street. And I was like, so did you feel this way after Quavo did Tinder about Chris? Or did you feel this way after LL? Or did you feel this way after Tupac? Or did you feel this way after Cube? Like, at what point did you feel this way? Because we've been having rap beef since LL and what's the man name did the Wild Wild West?
Cool Mo D.
Cool Mo D. You know what I'm saying? Rap beef's been out here. Yeah. And for me, LL is one of the best rap beef rappers out there. And people don't give him enough credit, but LL and ruined a career before. Cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis. People don't realize that. So he ruined a whole career out there. But Chris Brown did it for the light skins. It made me feel kind of good. People people try to say something, like the light skinned dudes back in style. I'm just like, y'all don't give the light skinned people enough credit. So, we had to come out here and show you that we ain't playing. So the dude went on to say, Quavo, I think what he said about Takeoff, he didn't disrespect Takeoff in no shape or form. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. But he was like, Quavo a hood nigga. Hood from Gwinnett County? Ain't no hoods in Gwinnett. That's the straight suburbs. That's just like saying it's a hood in Shelby County. No, it's not. That's the suburbs. Like, he ain't even go to a hood school, period.
Yeah.
It wasn't none of that. Yeah, they probably had real food. They ain't even had the square pieces like we had in school. They had the real actual triangle pieces.
Cinnamon
what I'm saying? Yeah, real cinnamon rolls. But yeah, Chris Brown did that. The only thing I hate about it is when the women get dragged into it, and I hate that men have to go and misspeak on women. They were talking about KROC being community, and my thing is, why is she community? Because she's dating, people.
Because she dated both of them, but I mean, that's at two separate times of life. You know what I'm saying? So how the hell she be community if she dated Chris this year or whatever year they dated?
Probably a decade ago.
Yeah, and then she dated, you know what I'm saying, she with old boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I don't understand how you gonna say that's community. That she community.
I didn't understand it. It kind of made me feel a certain way because I'm like, so anytime men get into it, is automatically the woman's fault. Sometimes I feel like women, we become a casualty of it. But at the same time, they already beefing about whatever they got beefing. Mm-hmm. Why we got to add to it and make the women feel, you know what I'm saying, worse than probably what they already feeling, and it got nothing to do with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't like that. It just kind of bothered me. But yeah, Chris, I said Chris conjured up the spirit of Tupac on that one. I think he went and got him a reading or something and said, let me conjure up Tupac. Let me get this, let me get this dude's spirit out here. Because if he would have started off, fuck your bitch, I would have just like, hey, I ain't mad at you, Chris. He's back. Hey, I might have to go and buy them Chris Brown tickets. I ain't want to buy them at first. I think I might have to go and purchase Chris Brown tickets. I purchased just to hear him rap that in person.
Yeah.
And I just be a bit hype.
Me and Keisha listened to it the other day at the gas station. And we listened to Chris Brown and she was like, damn. And then we listened to one with Quavo. We were like looking at each other like, what the fuck he just said? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, it wasn't nothing to come back on. Like I would have kept that if I was him. I mean, that's just me.
Let me tell you what the funny part is with the Chris Brown beef rap, his rap song, is when you go on TikTok and you watch the different people facial expressions when he's rapping and everybody like, all right.
Yeah. You can feel it.
All right. But when he got to that part where they, respect RIP to Takeoff, but they wish it was you instead, everybody was like,
that was deep.
I mean, you saw everybody reaction like
that was deep because it was like shit, like everybody been wanting to say that or said.
Everybody been wanting to say it.
Saying, just
and I ain't gonna wish
him.
death on nobody, you know what I'm saying?
But it was trying to respect him.
Yeah, it was the fact that Takeoff got killed because Quavo beef, running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people don't realize that, and I hate when people don't know the backstories to stuff and they just want to get out and they want to speak on stuff. And I'm like, man, know the background. Know the background before you get out here and start speaking. Like people thought that Chris Brown just came out of nowhere with that song. And I'm like, nah, like Quavo started with Tinder. He came after this man and this man responded. Like he didn't call Quavo out numerous of times, like publicly called Quavo out. So at this point, he had to go on squash.
I know, like on one of them comments I read, he was saying it was at the back. Well, that was on the disc. He was saying how they was at the basketball game and he wanted to really just like.
No, they was at the It wasn't a basketball game. They was at a fashion show.
Fashion show.
And they set them by each other.
He was like, I really wanted to punch in your face, but
you could tell with his hands. His hands was like this, and he was like, I really want
looking like, I ain't gonna look over here this motherfucker because if I look over here, I'm going off. I'm going this job.
Do I know them feelings? I definitely know those feelings. I've been in them places. I want to give a shout out to my cousin, Steve. That's my heart. When I say my cousin has had my back,
that's buddy from last time, man.
That's my cousin. He has had his cousin back, and I just want to give him a shout out. I like to give people their flowers while they can still smell them, and I'm giving you your flowers because I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you supporting me and the support that you give. Light skins back up.
He light skin too?
Hey, yeah. I'm like, what I look like? Come on now.
I gotta meet that dude. Gotta meet him.
Look, he out of Memphis, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's straight out of Memphis.
I know last time he has a lot of stuff to say on the comments. So hey, thank you, bro.
Yeah, that's family. But yeah, that Chris Brown beef, people came out of nowhere, with their comments. And my only thing is, I know everybody got opinion. They like assholes. Everybody got an opinion, but at least do your research. Do your research on it. Even when I talk about the Tupac and Biggie beef, people want to think that was a rap beef. That really was not a rap beef. That was deeper than a rap beef. Tupac got shot 5 times in a studio where he's saying Biggie was there. Puff was there. All these people was in this studio and he looking at them like when he make it upstairs, he said everybody was looking at him like, how you make it? Like you supposed to be dead. That's what, and then his beef came where like, Biggie, this your stomping ground. Why you ain't stepping up telling me,
I got this.
Yeah, I got this. And so it really was not about Faith. Faith was just a casualty. Pac used her to get back at Biggie and she fell for the bait. She won't admit to it, but she fell for the bait.
Yeah.
She fell for the bait on that one. But yeah, rap beef gonna be around, and my thing is, I'd rather them take it to the wax than to take it to the streets and keep it on the wax, and that's what it is. I mean, it's a rap beef. That ain't going nowhere. I mean, you got women beefing now. You got you got Glorilla and JT beefing, and that's just the nature of the game. That's the nature of the beast. But
at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
It's entertainment. Yeah. That's what people got to realize. It's entertainment. It's entertainment.
But a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people looking at it like with the Tupac and Biggie beef, like a lot of people like took it like for self. You know what I'm saying? When it's just a lot of it just to get a record put out or a project finna get put out or whatever. A lot of it be behind stuff like that. It don't actually be beef. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people.
That was.
It was with them. I'm just saying, a lot of things that go on otherwise, like with other people. A lot of it just to get a project that's finna go on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, they want to kick
They want
stars
to kick
on.
something off. Yeah.
Mhm. They want to kick stars on. I forgot it was a rapper that said that he got a phone call from somebody, but right now I can't think of who it was. And they was like, "Hey, let's start a rap beef." Just so, and he was like, "No." Oh, I think it was the baby. The baby said somebody called him and he was like, "Nah, I can't do that
Yeah.
because if I'm a beef with you, I'm a beef with you and I'm gonna
Yeah.
take it
Yeah.
eventually it's gonna turn into a rap beef. So
Yeah.
nah, I ain't finna fake no rap beef.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that." So yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. But we're gonna move on to some more subjects, and I'm gonna tell you what I experienced this past weekend.
All right.
And I think that a lot of times we dibble and dabble in relationships and talk about stuff, but what we don't talk about is the mental stability, emotional stability of people going into these relationships.
Yeah.
So I did a panel last weekend called Dating, Mating, and Relating. And it's basically talking to people, most of us on the panel were single. Some of us had been married, divorced. And it was talking about basically, it's kiss in the dating pool. Like
Yeah.
the dating pool is nasty. The water is gross. It's nasty out here. And there was one guy in the audience that was like, it's great for me. Like, I don't have any issues. It's great. And even the guys on the panel was like, yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
murky out here. But he was like, it's been very great for me. So I'm looking at him. I didn't know who he was at first. And then, he walked up to me and he shook my hand. He squeezed the living daylights out of my hand, like squeezed it and held it. And I'm like, hey, hold up. You squeezing my hand.
Yeah.
And he was like, but you are equal, right? You never heard me say I'm equal to a man. Never. You never heard that.
Yeah.
But why you squeezing my hand? You know what I'm saying? Like, what point are you trying to get across?
Might like you.
He
don't know
may
how to
do,
say it.
but we're not in kindergarten no more. Where we pulling people hair and hitting them, tapping them on the shoulder. If you want to talk to me, that's not the way to
Yeah.
talk to me. That's
Yeah.
the way to get me to not fuck with you.
Cussed out.
That too. But he squeezed my hand. Then, we went on the whole of conversation and he went on to say, I was letting him know like being a leader is not all about being a dictatorship. Being a leader means leaders have people around them that consult. You consult with, and that's what your wife is. It's not saying that she's trying to take your place. It's not that she's trying to run the household, but she is a partner in the household, especially when she's, paying bills and stuff. And he went on to say, well, I feel like I don't need a consultant. I don't need to consult with her when I'm making decisions. I can just make a decision. I was like, well, why do you feel like you don't need to consult with her? And I was like, so basically you saying, F her feelings. No, I wouldn't say F her feelings, but if I feel like something needs to be done and I feel like she's not going to agree with me on it, I'm just going to go ahead and make the decision. I said, so basically you're saying F her feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what you're saying. You don't care nothing about what she feel. No, that's not what that is what you're saying. And he just did not want to admit to that. And come to find out he was divorced. And I asked him why. And he was like, we just grew apart. I said, is that what she say? Is that what you say? And he was like, well, we sat down and we talked about, if people ask us. So, if you done had to sit down and talk about if somebody asks you why you get divorced, that means you finna make up a hunk of BS to tell people because
make yourself look good.
I ain't never had that conversation at all. It is what it is. The reason why I got divorced is exactly why we got divorced. I ain't finna sugarcoat it for nobody. And I ain't never sit down and have a conversation with him on what we gonna tell people. It was an amicable divorce. Like, I'm not mad at him. We weren't mad at each other. We just weren't meant to be together. And it was things that happened, but we didn't have no conversation about what we was gonna tell people. But he was like, well, I told her I was just gonna tell people we grew apart. I call BS, but why you gotta sit down and have that conversation? Is that true? Did you grow apart? Because if it's true, you don't need to have that conversation.
Exactly.
That's self-explanatory.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is. But the more and more I talk to him and the more and more I see his posts and things like that, he's just like, that's why, men date outside the race because Black women don't want to be submissive and I was like, this dude is hurt. Like, he's really hurt.
It ain't that. It just the one you with. You find somebody that's compatible with you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about being a punk or a weak man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For a man to be submissive to a woman, it's just what a man, when he find his match, what he gonna do? He gonna submit. She gonna submit.
The Bible says submit one to another. We're gonna
Yeah.
start there.
Yeah.
It says submit one to another. I
Exactly.
don't know why people feel like it's just a one-sided thing that we
Yeah.
supposed to be submissive and they supposed to be just doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
That's not how it go. But again, you know, he tries to put these statistics out there. You know, people love talking about Kevin Samuels, who had 2 failed marriages. I don't know how he was giving, you know, relationship advice, but he had 2 failed marriages, wasn't in any of his kids' lives, and he died after having sex with somebody he met the night before. So with that being said, y'all still going on what Kevin Samuel said in his statistics, you know, like make it make sense. So the guy would make posts to say like, that's why men date outside the race, or that's why we tell men they need to stop dating black women. But guess what the statistics say? Black women that marry white men are 44% more likely to stay married. That was deep.
Mm-hmm.
That was deep. Even the black man and black man and white woman don't stay married. That their percentage wasn't that high.
Yeah.
It was higher with black women and white men. And his comment to that was that because they let y'all, they put up with y'all BS. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like they don't call us out, they don't hold us accountable. Like, dude, who told y'all to hold us? Like, I guess, like, who made up this accountability police? Where they come from? Like, it's like a whole era of them running around, and they call themselves holding people accountable. Like, who are you to hold a whole world full of human beings accountable?
Yeah.
And when you don't know their story, like, who are you holding accountable? And so, you know, that's this thing, like white men are not holding black women accountable. And I'm like, so who told you this all?
I don't know. Sound like Buddy got his facts twisted up or something.
No, he sound hurt. He sound a little hurt. He sound a little damaged, a little traumatized.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand is that going through a divorce is grief.
Yeah.
When you go through a divorce, it's just like it's a death of a marriage. And you still experience, even though it may be an amicable divorce, you all may be cool, you still experience some levels of grief. Mm-hmm. And you need to go talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying it's something like you're mentally unstable. No, it's a self-help check. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself right for your next, let that stuff go. And I tell people all the time, I've been through a lot. Like a lot. Burying my child and my dad a year apart, a 4.5-month-old, and my dad who just dropped dead, burying them a year apart was enough to put me in a grave, you know. But it took me stepping forward and saying, hey, I gotta go get help. Like, I gotta get somebody that's gonna talk me through it. And my situation was that my dad died, and 3 months later I found out I was pregnant. And I was like, okay, God, I can't do this by myself. Like, I can't grieve my dad and be healthy for my baby to come here and be healthy. So I had to go get counseling. And I did that for 10 years straight. I did that through my marriage. After my marriage, through my mom's death, I still went and got counseling. And a lot of people feel like they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And you really do.
A lot of people think like for you to go get counseling, like something wrong with you.
Yeah.
That ain't it. You know, a lot of times you need to go get counseling just to get out what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? To speak to somebody else about whatever it is that you're going through. It don't mean you crazy. It don't mean you psycho or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But we got it in our head like that's why people go to counseling or that's why people go to shrinks or whatever. It's not because of that. A lot of people, if you read into it or you look into it more and just find out, you know what I'm saying, get the facts, and then you go from there. You'll see something different.
And that's really that's accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability is going to get yourself together, get yourself right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not that, like you said, it's not that something wrong with you. You've actually gone through a dramatic experience.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, it has some type of effect on you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to go and say, hey, what was my part in the demise of that relationship? I want to know what my part is. So when I go into the next relationship, that won't be I won't be repeating the same things. Yeah. And a lot of times it ain't necessarily that you absolutely was the reason of the demise, but you could have been a contributing factor.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like I always use me as an example because I hate using other people. I like using me.
Yeah.
In my marriage, I feel like I stayed too long. When he showed me who he was, I should have left. But I stayed. I felt like I could change him. I felt like if I stayed long enough, if I dealt with it, if I, tried to get me together, but he
Yeah.
wasn't getting himself together, that I could make it work. And that's just not how it works.
But in that, it take two. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just that one person that's trying to make it work. It's relationships. So it's two people. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to get yourself together and he not working on himself and he's still doing what he want to do. And it can go both ways, men and women. It ain't just, I'm saying it because a lot of people take that and say, okay, it's just, look at it one-sided. So both parties gotta be willing, you know what I'm saying, to make that work if they trying to make the relationship work. So one person can't be saying, okay, I'm gonna better myself. And the other person like, okay, I'm gonna see you better yourself and then I'm gonna change myself. It ain't gonna work like that.
And see, I don't hang around yes people. Like I do hang around people that hold me accountable.
Yeah.
And like me, I'm harder on myself than anybody can ever be on me. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable sometime when I ain't even the cause or the reason that something happened, but I still hold myself accountable for whatever part that I played in that. But at the same time, I'm gonna forgive myself. And a lot of people don't know what forgiving themselves look like.
Yeah.
They don't know what forgiving, because I had to forgive myself for the role I played in my marriage.
Yeah.
And my divorce. I had to forgive myself because I was like, I beat myself up for staying too long. For like, why did you let him do you like that? And I loved him.
Yeah.
As simple as that. I loved him. We had a child together. And I fought for my marriage. I did everything I possibly could to make my marriage work.
But that should have made you feel more better about it in the end, though.
It did.
Because you wouldn't be sitting back saying, well, damn, what if I had tried this? What if I had tried that? You know what I'm saying? You did everything that you think in your power you could have did. You got counseling, you went, you prayed, you talked to God about it. So you did your part. You know what I'm saying?
I did my part. I did.
It ain't no regrets. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting to. You know what I'm saying?
Not one.
Yeah. So
not one
like,
regret.
Sometimes you do something, you're like, damn, maybe I should have, if I did this, you know what I'm saying? It could have went like this, whatever. It could have happened like that. That's what I'm saying on that. So you did everything you could do.
Yeah, I think accountability for some people looks like I'm just gonna hold everybody else accountable. I'm gonna point out to everybody else like this women versus men thing. I'm gonna point out to everybody else what they doing wrong.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it's some kind of way I'll fit in there and I'm just gonna feed off of everybody else, but ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's something wrong. Like, and just looking at him and the things that he posts, I just feel like he's in denial.
Yeah,
he's in denial because I'm like,
sometimes people be like that, and because they can't see they wrongdoing. They can see everything you do wrong, but they can't see they wrongdoings and what they say or they do. You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is, don't squeeze my hand like that. I feel you. I feel what you got going on.
How you squeeze your hand like what?
Man, he squeezes so tight, and then he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm 5'4".
So
I got a little bitty hands.
Almost crushed your little hand in there.
Almost crushed it, like for real. And I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like that. I mean, that just rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, that's not how you get my attention, and it definitely ain't how you keep it. Yeah. If anything, I'm gonna chuck you the deuces, and I'm gonna be out. Yeah. So I just feel like sometimes not holding yourself accountable, not getting the help that you need, you continue to revert back to the same stuff, same situations. Yeah. Like, a lot of times they got this, they got a movement out called 4B. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the hell is this 4B movement? So the 4B movement started in Korea. So what the ladies are saying, hey, y'all men are unhappy with us. So this is what we gonna start doing. We ain't having sex with you. We ain't having no more babies with you. Damn. We ain't marrying you. We ain't doing none of that. We finna do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was like, oh, they really own it. Like, they really talking some serious stuff about this 4B movement. Yeah. And so a lady, a black girl came on and she broke it down because, the men are getting mad because they got this drizzle going on now. They doing this drizzle. It's a sprinkle. It's a grizzle. All of these type of little sayings going on. And I'm like, why are we battling against each other? So the 4B movement is really coming from a perspective of, okay, y'all don't want us y'all don't want us for sex. You know, we're not doing this right. We're not doing that right. So why don't we remove ourselves from the equation and see how that work out?
Mhm.
And that's what the 4B movement is really about. It's like, okay, we're going to step back. We're going to
Yeah.
let y'all do what y'all doing, and we're going to move back.
Yeah.
You know, and I found it to be funny because now you want to get mad. You know, men are saying, I hear a lot of men say, go out there and get you a young girl, you know, preferably from 18 to 25 or something like that. And, you know, older men going because they haven't experienced this trauma. And I'm like, what side of town you from? Because, you know, these little youngsters right about now, baby, they something to deal with. I don't think you want an 18 to 25-year-old right now. Them the ones that saying they ain't going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
It ain't us.
I saw something like that on Instagram the other day. This guy walking down the road, he met the girl. He was like, introduce yourself or whatever. And she at first she didn't want to talk to him. It's one of those like little prank things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when she seen what he was driving, she came back.
And she came back.
She was talking to him, whatever, and he was like, well, we can go get something to eat. Like, where you want to go? He was like, he was naming places. She was like, nah. I think she named like Cheesecake Factory and Applebee's and stuff like that. He was named and she was like, nah, I want to go somewhere else. So she named something like J. Alexander or something like that. And he was like, nah, we can just go here. And she was like, nah, I think I'm gonna get up out of here. So, you know.
And my thing is, I'm an Applebee's fan. Like, I love Applebee's. We used to hang out at Club Applebee's in Center Point. Like, that was my spot. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we used to be up in Applebee's. I would go to Applebee's right now.
Yeah.
That could be a date for me to Applebee's. But when you saying you want to get somebody from 18 to 25 as an older man so you can groom them, you already going into the relationship wrong.
Yeah.
Because who you grooming? Yeah. Like, this, maybe in Africa, back when you was trading cattle for your wife or giving land and stuff for your wife, maybe that was a grooming stage. But you can't groom these 18 to 25-year-olds. That just ain't finna happen. I'm gonna go where they sell food as long as I'm trying to go on tell you, Keisha, like, you gotta go. My thing is, date within your means. Yeah. And when I say means, I ain't talking about money. If you pull up to a woman, she got a wig on that's snatched. You don't even know it's a wig. She carrying a Chanel bag. She driving a Rolls Royce. She got on some red bottoms. And you pull up in a Sentra. Boy, don't you go over there and try to talk to that lady. Let that lady go on about her business, because you finna waste her time.
Yeah.
You finna waste her time. You already know you can't afford her. Why is you going over there and bothering that lady?
Yeah.
But she'll be wrong to tell you, I'm sorry. You're driving a Sentra. I'm good. She's used to dating people in that category. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing. And that's not to say it's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You might need to go get you somebody that's got a Sentra or Altima or Corolla. But you can't go over here and bother this lady. And I'm saying that I'm lumping a whole bunch of stuff together. But you can't go bother this lady that you already know that ain't in your category.
Yeah.
Just like how Kevin Samuels used to put about the high value man. If I'm not a high value woman, as he put it, you had to be a certain size, a certain weight, look a certain way, which he said a 9 or a 10 was Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, and Kelly Rowland. I don't know who named them as the representations of what a 10 is. But, you know, if you didn't fit those categories, then you had to go and basically settle for a man. Like, you couldn't get a high value man. But men didn't realize Kevin Samuels wasn't talking about all men.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that. He was talking about the men that made $300,000 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you made $10. He ain't talking about you.
Yeah.
Like, he really ain't. And I'm not knocking what you do at all, but he ain't talking about you.
Yeah.
You don't fit into that category. Just like women, a lot of times men tell us to pick better, choose better, and y'all need to pick better. You know what I'm saying? Stop going and looking at a woman, because I ain't gonna even lie. The men that try to holler at me be the ones that know I ain't finna holler at them most of the time.
Yeah.
You already know, for you come over here, that I'm nice about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm real cool. But dude, you know, before you come over here, I ain't finna give you my number. Like, why are you doing it? And then you gonna make it seem like I'm being a bitch. I'm not. You knew before you walked over here. You not my type.
Yeah.
But you gonna do it anyway. And then I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
Like, then you'll be like, damn.
She thinks she all
they
that.
Think she all that, or they gonna call you the B word or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So Stay
out
in
of
your
your pay
lane.
scale. Stay in your
Basically,
lane.
that's basically
And
what
then,
you're
I
saying.
mean,
They
and
go
it's
both ways though.
both ways.
Yeah, men and women. You meet a man that he got a nice ride, or what kind of ride he have?
Essential. Nah, but for me, it ain't even about what he's driving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men, like I used to date a guy back in the day, and he had money. But guess what he'll pull up in? A regular truck, like that Sanford and Son truck. He'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But that's what he wanted women to see.
Yeah.
He had better cars. He had the Infinity trucks and stuff like that. But that's what he pull up in because he want to see what your reaction gonna be.
Yeah.
For me, I'm never gonna judge you on outer appearance. I'm not gonna do that. That's not how I get down.
Yeah.
And when I say outer appearance, I mean your car. I'm gonna look at your shoes now. I gotta be attracted to you.
Yeah.
That has to be some type of attraction. But I just think that sometimes I would never say tear yourself down or lower your standards, but sometimes we know that this person ain't finna, I ain't even on their level.
Yeah.
Why you even go over there?
Exactly.
Sometimes men, another thing we were talking about was I used to tell my homeboys back in the day, every girl, if you're messing with a female that you don't want to date seriously, stop doing girlfriend stuff for them.
Yeah.
And on the panel, they didn't understand what I was saying. And I was like, stop taking them to the expensive restaurants. Mm-hmm. Stop taking them to the movies. Stop doing the stuff that girlfriend. And they was like, but that's just being a gentleman. It's okay to be a gentleman, but gentleman ain't just got this girl over here for sexual feelings. You know what I'm saying? That's what she do.
If that's what you want, then say that.
If that, and say it,
give
and
her that option to choose. You know what I'm saying?
And stick to the script.
That's just like if a man, and then go both ways, man and women. If you want to go out here and have multiple females, you need to let that other female know, hey, I got another female over here, or I'm dating somebody else, or whatever. Give her that choice to either fool with you or not. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her find out and be looking crazy like, damn, I thought it was just me and you, and it ain't just you and her.
And then when somebody start acting up or acting, you know what I'm saying, acting a fool, that comes from you lied to me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You took away my choice. You took away from me being able to choose whether or not I wanted to deal with this. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of times they'll be shocked at the answers they'll get from a woman if you actually give us a choice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like some women be like, all right,
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you told me you was honest. So what happened from here on out, that's on me.
Yeah.
But I also believe in I don't give my best self to everybody. Like you don't get my best sexual moves. Everybody don't get my best sexual moves. Everybody don't get the best of me.
Yeah.
That's reserved for those special people. If you out there, and so the men were like, nah, if I'm gonna give my best every time. And when she drive by you and she about to bring you over in her car, that's because you getting the one that you don't want to be with your best every time. Like that, you can't do that. That's, like some stuff is reserved for that special person.
Exactly. You don't give everybody everything.
You can't.
Yeah.
And again, that circles back around to accountability.
Yeah.
Why was she finna run you down with her car? Why she pulled a knife out on you? Like, what was your part in that? Like, she may be a little crazy. We gonna give her that.
Yeah.
But what was your part in why she decided that I'm gonna take my car and I'm gonna go 85 miles per hour and I know he's standing in the street and I'm here. Like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Well, I told I didn't want to be in a relationship, but what else did you do? Mm-hmm. Well, I massaged her every night. I was over there every day. I was taking her dog walking and, I was paying some of her bills. Like, but you don't want to be with her though.
Exactly.
Like, make your mind up. Yeah. So, a lot of times we got to hold ourselves accountable for some of the situations that we put ourselves in, and then we look back. Because I know I didn't put myself in some situations, man. Like, I done tried some stuff. I'd be like, let me try something new. Knowing I don't have the emotional stability to do some of this stuff. And I still do it. And I still do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, girl, your mind ain't set up to do nothing like that. Like, why you put yourself in that situation? And I have to find ways to maneuver myself out. And I have to go down and have that spiritual talk with myself and be like, hey, boo, that ain't what that wasn't what you were supposed to do. Like you knew when you decided to do it, that wasn't what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But some people don't want to hold themselves accountable. They want to continue to do the same thing that got them in that situation, or continue to hold on to the hurt that they left.
Yeah.
And you can't move on until you let that go.
Let that go. Yeah.
You gotta let it go. It's okay to not forget, because you don't want to forget. You don't want to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But you gotta let that
and
go.
You don't want to take yourself through the same thing that you went through with somebody else.
You'll get cut and bleed on everybody you come across.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I pride myself off of. You know, I nickname call my ex-husband Mr. from The Color Purple. Because I'm like, it can't be no more misters. Like, I can't marry nobody else like that. I can't. Like, I'm not even believing I'm gonna meet the same dude again like this. I'm never gonna put myself, or never allow myself to be put in that situation and feel like I can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we gotta start holding ourselves accountable. I knew my ex was a cheater when I married him. I knew he was. He promised me he would change. And I was in grief. We just had buried our son. So I was in grief and I wanted to believe him. But the biggest part was I didn't want to go through my grief alone.
Yeah.
So I dealt with so much stuff that if I wasn't grieving, I wouldn't have dealt with it. I would have exit stage left.
Yeah.
But because I was too afraid to deal with my guilt alone, deal with my grief alone, I stayed longer than I should have. Yeah. And that was, you know, that was my counseling. I had to go talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
And I healed. If I see him today, that's my dog. Like, we not beefing. We not mad at each other. I'm not mad at him at all. I mean, it was a part of my life and I learned.
Yeah.
It's not, I didn't forget anything. I remember everything that happened. Not going through it again.
Yeah.
So accountability, what people fail to understand, you're not doing your part when you say, I want to hold all women accountable, or I want to hold all men accountable.
Yeah.
Hold yourself accountable. That's the only way we can fix what we got going on, is holding yourself accountable. You know, you fix you first. Then you worry about everybody else. Right now, we worried about everybody else and not ourselves.
Not yourself, yeah.
Can't do that. Like they said, sweep around your own front door.
Exactly.
Then, along with accountability issues come the pick-me's.
The who?
The pick-me's. I call them the pick-me's. Pick me, please. Sir, pick me. Pick me. It's me right here. Look at me. You know, the ones that want the attention.
Yeah.
And it goes for men and women, you know.
Yeah.
And this one woman, I just want to read just some of the stuff that she posted. I ain't gonna read much of it because it just didn't make sense. Why are you expecting a man to buy you a Chanel if your fits are from Target, Amazon, and Fashion Nova? I've never shopped at Target, but I do buy clothes off of Amazon and Fashion Nova. And what people don't understand, Amazon sell everything. Yeah. It does. But if you came into the picture buying me Chanel, that's what I'm going to expect.
Yeah.
Whatever you come into the picture doing, that's what I'm going to expect you to do. Yeah. I don't expect you to do anything that you have not already been doing unless we built that rapport. But I'm not expecting you to buy me a Chanel bag if that ain't something that I've seen you do. Mm-hmm. But if you leave with your money, guess what? Bruh, where my Louis? Where my Chanel? And what people fail to understand, it's not about, and she kept on saying, this is what I said expect. Girl, this is like kindergarten. Who doing this? Like, I want to know who doing this. The next one, she said, why are you expecting him to pay for evening dinners out and you don't cook? Because I don't cook. That's why. Like, what else? Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, he want to eat and he want to eat with me. So with that being said, if I ain't got no food here, you can bring the food over and cook. And that goes for the people that don't cook. Yeah. If I tell you up front, I don't cook, and you agree to that, then that's our agreement. That's on you. That's what you've agreed to.
You can't expect the home cooked meal.
If I told you I don't cook,
expect that. You can't even expect the bologna sandwich.
That part. Not even peanut butter and jelly, because ain't nothing there.
I mean, you said you don't cook, so that's hey.
It's nothing in the house.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't think it's an expectation as it is. I've told you up front.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I cook. I cook. But I'm just saying, if I tell you I don't cook, yeah, I'm expecting dinners.
Yeah.
Another one, she said, why you claiming to raise a son alone when you won't allow him to be involved as a real dad? So it was a debate about, guys was asking, why do you call yourself a single mom or a single dad when you're co-parenting? It's not about co-parenting. It's about your marital status. Ding, 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 message. Marital status. somebody learned something today. It's not about whether or not you're co-parenting. You're considered a single mom or a single dad if you're unmarried and you have children. You're called deadbeat when you're not in their lives. I don't care if you a mama or a daddy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people feel like, single mom, single dad, that's what it refers to. It refers to your marital status. But I do agree with why you expecting him to go all out on Mother's Day when you complaining every day he's not a great father. I don't get that. Why you expect somebody I didn't get that part about why you expect somebody to go all out on Mother's Day when you're complaining about him being a great father. I complained about him not being a great father. Like that kind of got me. I'm still confused on that one, so I'm gonna pay. Yeah, I don't think she knew what she was writing when she wrote that either.
Yeah.
Another one she said, why you want him to appreciate your intelligence, but you outside half naked trying to be sexy? So when I read stuff like this and it come from a woman, my first thing is I'm gonna go to her page. I'm gonna look at your pictures. Your profile picture, you got a swimsuit on and you busting it wide open. And I'm like, you giving advice on being appreciated for your smarts and you got your legs wide open with a swimsuit on? Like, that's a pick me. And she got so upset. She was like, I didn't even know what a pick me was. I had to go look it up. Did you see your face beside it? Because that's what you're doing. Like, I'm just sitting here like, boo, like you're a pick me. This is a pick me.
Yeah.
This is to me common sense. And the dude put up there, oh, she snapped. I said, who she snapped on? A turtle? Somebody slow and green? Because no woman with common sense is walking around expecting this. When you compare women, stop comparing all women. All women don't have common sense. Just because she got a doctorate or a master's, it does not mean she got common sense.
Amen.
She might have all of this and don't even know to look left and right when she cross the street.
Get clean ran over
And be like, I didn't know you was supposed to. Girl, they taught you that when you were little. Like, look left or right before you cross the street.
Yeah.
But, again, everybody don't have common sense.
Yeah.
But these are talks that need to be had up front.
Yeah.
And so with me reading all this stuff, and she said, why your light's not on in the first place? Why you need him for that? Is he coming over here to have sex? Well, I'm gonna need my lights on. Like, if you coming over here and you want to get some, can you go stop by Alabama Power before you get here and get our dinner too? Because I ain't cooking because the lights ain't on and the refrigerator ain't working either. So I mean, like, make it make sense. Like, if my lights ain't on and you still trying to come over here and get some, I need you to go cut them lights on. It's simple as that.
I feel you on that. Hey.
Like,
my mama always said, don't no, that too. Damn, but they're saying I can't think of it because I'm gonna like that before we get out the air, but I'm gonna tell you.
And then the men coming back with the all the things that you should do on a first date.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I expect on a first date. And it's things that I'm having to learn. I'm having to self-teach myself because I'm so used to being by myself. I'm used to opening doors by myself because I love me. I love my alone time. Not saying I don't want to be in a relationship, but I'm a person that I enjoy my alone time. So a lot of times I take myself out on dates. I go eat. You know what I'm saying? I take myself out on dates. I'm opening doors by myself.
Yeah.
But I'm learning how to stand back. Even if I'm not in a relationship, I'm learning how to stand back. Even with my brothers, my nephews, I stand back and let them open the door.
Yeah.
On a relationship, I'm going on a first date. I expect you to open the door to the car. Walk around and open the door. You want me? Yeah. But I'm saying all this to say, men want women to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Then you set the stage for us to act this certain way.
Yeah.
You want me to be a feminine, submissive woman, then you set the stage. Don't always put us in a position, because again, you putting us in that leadership position that we were not designed to do. So again, I'm teaching you how to do this.
Yeah.
Now, I do feel like sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you, but at the same time, some stuff at my age, at 47, I say anywhere from, I'm gonna get 25 up. You should know. I'm not, hell no. These people going to proms in Lamborghinis. I'm getting you 18, 17, 18. You know you got to open that door for your date. You know what I'm saying? Open the door to the car. Open the door to the restaurant. These kids going on major dates, going to the prom. So why would you take me to Starbucks and we 35 and 40? You didn't take your prom date to Starbucks?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with that? What's up, Simeon? He said, Kizzy, why you can't cook? Baby, did you hear me, Antoine? I didn't say I couldn't cook. I said I can cook. I can cook. Kizzy can cook. Actually, cook her ass off. I can really cook. I said, if you meet a woman and she is expecting you to go out and she's not cooking, it's because she's probably already told you up front she don't cook. So she's expecting you to take her to dinner. I cook. But to make a long story short, social media and these platforms, it's kind of like a gift and a curse. But you know what to do.
Yeah.
You just choose not to do it. And that go for men and women.
Yeah.
You know how you said the guys the guys be interviewing the chicks on the street, and he asked these girls, and I know they was about in their 20s. You know, them 20s. What do you bring to the table? Shit, man, you better bring that bag. That's how they talking.
Yeah.
Like, and they say, this is what they say. They dead serious. Didn't crack a smile or nothing. They was like, we chasing that bag. But y'all want to get mad at us being 47 and say, nah, what you bring to the table? Like, I got the table. Where your table at? Matter of fact, why don't we bring 2 tables up here? Like, it's just certain things that you're saying. It's like you want to go get a younger woman because you feel like you can groom her. You can't groom Glorrillas. You can't groom JTs and Carishas because them the ones y'all talking. You can't groom Cardi B's. Like, that's what y'all talking about, grooming. You can't groom them. So why do you think you can groom a 40, 50 some year old woman? You can't. You cannot. These women, if a man asks me what I bring to the table, I bring me. What comes along with me depends on what you bringing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not bringing all of me when you giving me 15, 20, 35% of you. So what I'm bringing to the table is going to depend on the leadership and what you bringing to the table. I'm not going to give you 100% of me and you giving me 10% of you.
Mm-hmm.
So Carisha been over there the house. She will mind. Hey, right about now, from what I heard, Carisha was working. She was on the clock. She was working. That's what she was doing. She was working. You know, she went over there just enjoying herself. You know, she was in the bedroom with that towel. Come on in and come on out. She was just like what there was Harlem Nights when they had that little house up there. Her name's Sunshine. She was up there sunshining at the house. You know, she's somebody she getting paid $10,000. You getting paid $10,000 a month, all right. You getting it. Yeah, we understand how you getting it. But you know, it's like I just want men to understand, coming from a woman, a grown woman who done been through some stuff, and I don't carry it around like it's a heavy weight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect something out of me.
Damn.
What wasn't she getting peed on? Yeah, that's why I said she was in there working. She was working for that $10,000. It went for free. It was not free money. She was working. You know, she making it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I'm the side chick and this is what we doing. And I'm just, you know, I'm taking yachts and cruises. You taking them all right.
Yeah, you taking a lot.
You
taking that ass on.
Take that. Hey,
that's what he
was saying. Take that. Matter of fact, hey, Carisha, hold the camera. Carisha, you stand in front of the camera right now.
Yeah.
Film me right quick. I'm tired of filming you. You film me now. Damn. But, you know, a lot of young girls, and I say young girls because they do. They look at the Carishas, they look at the Cardi B's, they look at the JTs, they look at, I ain't gonna even put Glorilla in there because Glorilla is she real. But they look at these women and they look at a lot of this stuff is overemphasized. And when I say overemphasized, it's not real. It's not real. Cardi B over there crying right now. You know what I'm saying? Offset probably did something else yesterday. She probably over there tearing up the house right now, putting Clorox on his clothes. But people want that. It's nothing like doing for yourself. It's nothing like me walking in the store and saying, oh, I want that Louis bag. I'm finna buy it. And I ain't got to call them in and pick up the phone. Hey, baby. I'm in the store. Can you send me $4,000? No. Bitch, I got my own money. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you want to pay me back when I get back home. That's all good. But it's nothing like that feeling. Do I want a man that's able to do for me? Of course. but I'm not finna sit here and slack on me doing for me because I'm waiting on him. Like, that's not gonna happen. So it's just like, men want this certain type of woman. Bring to the table what you are expecting to receive from the table. If you want to be the leader, if you want this woman to be submissive to you, you want her to follow you. I'm not following no man who can't lead. Everybody is not a leader. Some people are followers. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Not saying that you cannot be in a good relationship, but you might need a little bit more consulting with your partner.
Yeah.
She might have to, let you be the front and she really be leading in the background.
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You do what works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes, men feel like they can be dumb as a box of rocks and they can still tell her something. Well, I told her that no, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what 2 + 2 is. Like, we're not doing that. Like, they interviewed this boy he was a rapper. He said, yeah, I ain't go to school, but they offered me a $5 million scholarship. He said, what school? It was a school in Jacksonville. They offered you $5 million. Yeah, it was $5 million, and I ain't even take it. Baby, where you was going? Yeah, it don't even cost $5 million. But you a rapper though, and you probably got an expensive chain around your neck. They probably done gypped you out of all your money because probably ain't nail diamond in that mug. Probably ain't even gold. But you smart though. He was dead serious. Yeah, they offered me $5 million, $5 million to go to college to play the drums. Is you serious?
Damn, he a hell of a goddamn drum player then.
He was finna be the dean of the school. Like, you wasn't finna be a teacher.
Drum line.
Hey, he was finna be Nick Cannon up in that mug.
He was better
Bring
than
the
Nick Cannon
out.
Damn.
He was dead serious about that. And I'm just sitting here like, I can't follow you. Like, why would I follow you? So you can send me somewhere? Like, we gonna walk. I guess my thing is just that everybody wants to be the chief, but you don't want to ever be the Indian.
Yeah.
And some things is just in you. Some things aren't in you.
Exactly.
And it's okay. And that's where, again, the counseling comes from. That's where the accountability of yourself comes from. That's where it comes from. Hey, I need to go and get with some people that might not be on my level. They're a little higher than me. Put myself in a room where they're a little higher than me so I can learn something. You know what I'm saying? When you constantly hanging around people that you ain't learning nothing from, that's a loss. You need to be around people that you learning something from. And so if you want to be a good husband, go hang around some husbands. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to talk. Just sit in the back of the room and listen. Mm-hmm. That's what I used to, with dudes and stuff. I'd be a fly on the wall and I'd sit back and listen. I ain't like football when I was probably a teenager. I ain't like it. I watched my first football game when I was about 16, but I ain't like it. What they say? All of that. That $10,000 was doing all that. He said, whatever you give in, I give out consistently with no ulterior motive, just reciprocity and understanding. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is that when you get to a certain age, I can't give you all of me when I've learned previously that does not work.
Yeah.
Not saying that I'm going to judge every man off of my last relationship, but I have to learn something from it. So my thing is that, okay, my next relationship, hey, I'm going to ask you about your past relationship because I want to know what happened. I'm not going into all that, how many people you've been with. I'm not doing all that. Yeah. That's irrelevant to me. But I want to know what happened in your last relationship. And if somebody don't take accountability as to what their part is, I can't deal with you. Because at this point, you probably gonna do the same thing to me because you feel like you did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong, yeah.
And you did do something wrong.
Yeah.
But I just tell people, like, put yourself around like-minded people. Put yourself in rooms that everybody don't dress like you. You might come in there one day and you might have on a bag of jeans, the fitted hat, and you might walk in a room with men that got on bow ties. But the men, you learn something.
Yeah.
The next time you come in there, I bet you're gonna kind of dress like them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to like, hey, I was feeling it. You're gonna step your game up.
Yeah.
So it works the same way in life. I don't believe in, a man got to make the same amount of money I make. Nah, I just want you to be responsible.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to take care of you. If you can take care of you and then bring me in it and we put our resources together, we can build. I'm not looking for nobody to take care of me. But what I am looking for you to do is protect me. protect me. And when I say provide, I mean, and like a lot of people take stuff literally. If I put it up one day, a woman looking to protect and provide. Well, if y'all shut y'all mouth, men wouldn't have to protect you. That ain't what it's
Ain't
about.
what it's about.
That's not all what it's about. It's about protecting your feelings. It's
Yeah.
about knowing my wife need me right now. She in a vulnerable state, or my girl need me right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's about protecting me from these women ain't coming in her inbox saying I'm trying to holler at her.
Exactly.
You know, it's that type of protection. You're not putting her in harm's way.
She going out there and somebody looking at her like, damn, laughing and joking, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, pointing,
That's
calling
you know,
the phone, playing all
exactly.
that, going to
Like protection ain't just about
Yeah.
you protecting her from a robber.
Yeah.
You know, keeping her safe. That ain't all that it's talking about. And providing, that does not necessarily mean monetary. It means you're providing me with safety.
Yeah.
You're providing me with you. If I gotta go to the gas station and you sit in the car and I'm getting out and I'm pumping the gas, why you here? Like, why you in my car? Like, why are you here? I don't need you. If I'm doing the same thing with a man that I can do by myself, why are you? What do I need you for?
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of men, you know, Donald, for instance, you know, when Donald go and he say, y'all do need us. We do need y'all. We need each other. And I told him a long time ago, I agree to a certain extent. If I'm living without a man for a substantial amount of time and I'm doing all of this by myself, I have adapted to not needing a man. Now, when I marry that man or we forge a relationship and we build that codependency, then that's when I need you, because now we're in that together and we built something, and we built that codependency with each other.
Yeah.
Then that's when I need you.
Yeah.
But if I'm out here as a single woman paying all my bills, getting my oil changed, my tires, my car washed, taking out my own trash, and you just coming over here like Donna said, leaving a wet ass.
Yeah.
I could do that with a zzz.
Oh Lord.
All day. I mean that's where it goes. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And people don't realize that. I need you. Once we forge that connection, once we forge that bond, that's when the need comes in. That's when I need you. But if I don't have that connection, I haven't built that bond with you, I have learned how to live without you, then the need, that's not a need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's more so of a want.
It's more so of a want.
Yeah.
And I would want somebody to want
you in
me.
My life.
Yeah, I would want you to want me more so than need me.
Yeah.
Unless we're in that relationship together. Because I'm gonna say, I'll tell anybody, y'all need my husband. But I can't say I need something I ain't got.
I want you.
And then I'm gonna go into, are women really choosing to be single? Yeah.
Yeah, I think these days they are, because it's like it's a lot of, and I ain't bashing no men, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of men ain't keeping it real with women these days. They ain't telling the truth off the top. They ain't saying what they really want. If you want some ass, just say it, because a lot of women just want to fuck too.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, don't lead the woman on and be like, hey, I want to get a relationship with you. I want to take you out. I want to take a trip, this, that, and the other. If you want to fuck, just say I want to fuck.
And
you know
also,
what I'm saying? And just,
if a woman tell you, well, I'm looking for a relationship, and you know that's not what you looking for,
exactly.
Don't lead her on to think just because you want, because sometimes, I
go
heard
both ways now too now.
I agree.
Women,
but I'm
you got
talking
women
about the woman
play
right
that game
now.
just gives a man.
But I'm talking about a woman. It said, are women really choosing to be single? Because
Yeah.
men don't think that we're choosing to be single. They really feel like, y'all want to be in a relationship. We want to be in a relationship, but I choose to be by myself until there is someone who comes into my life who is bringing me up and not taking me down.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm choosing to be single.
Yeah.
Like, I can easily go out there and say, oh, I want this man. Like, yeah, this dude like me. I want to be in a relationship real bad. Let me go and be with him.
That's so crazy. God damn. But that's why I love her.
Right.
You know
Let's
what I'm saying? She gonna speak up, man, and she gonna, you know what I'm saying? And that's true though.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. And
you know what I'm saying? That you saving time, you saving emotion, you saving her running over your ass. What you just talked about earlier, busting your windows out.
Sugar in your tank.
Hey, just be straight up.
Be straight up. Say what you want. Mean what you say. Say what you mean.
Ain't no little childish ass game going on. Hey, I really like you. Did that I want you to be my girlfriend. But all in your mind, you know you really want to fuck. Come on, man. Be straight up.
What they don't understand is that these 18, 25-year-olds that they trying to groom, we used to be 18 and 25 too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was 18 and 25, unhurt, unscarred.
Yeah.
And guess what? Y'all did it. Like, you did it. And so now when we get to 40, you want to be, and she carried around baggage, and so are you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was them little innocent, but these kids aren't innocent anymore, you know? And so, yeah, in some cases, we are choosing to be single. We are. I know for me, I'm going to choose it. That nightstand change is a problem eliminator. Batteries on deck. But it's like, for me, I'm not settling anymore. You know, it was a time where I was that person that helped lift men up, found me a wounded animal and said, come on, Pookie, let mama put it together again. And guess what that wounded animal did? Soon as it got well, it beat my ass. That's what it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I used to want to heal him all. Like, come on, he's a little stray dog. Let me take him home and feed him and bathe him and get him together. And as soon as he healed, he bit my ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, got on about his business. And you know, and so now I'm like, if I see the wounded dog on the side of the road, I'm gonna leave him sitting right on the side of the road where he at. I'd rather go to the animal shelter where the dog's been trained, or you know, go get me one that said he's already been housebroken and he know how to catch the ball and do all that stuff. You know, no more wounded birds and animals on the side of the road. I'm gonna leave them sitting on the side of the road. I need somebody that's already, you know, and I ain't, like I said, I ain't looking for nobody perfect.
Ain't nobody perfect. None of us perfect. And if somebody tell you they got a perfect person or a perfect relationship, you need to slap the fuck out their ass. Excuse my friend, but hey, ain't nothing perfect. Nothing. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't no relationship perfect. Ain't no marriage perfect. None of that. Everybody have a problem. Some just deal with it different than others. You know what I'm saying? Some people know how to, you know, go to their partner and handle their business or whatever. Some people don't. Some people need to talk to somebody and see, okay, they faults. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see their faults in what they do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you can't go to your partner and talk to your partner about nothing, then something wrong. I'm just gonna put it like that.
It's definitely something wrong because you gotta have communication. You gotta have communication. And my thing is, you know, they brought up the thing about men not being in touch with the emotional side, and women would laugh at them like, don't cry in front of a woman.
But see, you got some women that'll do that.
Okay, it depends on what you're crying for.
What you crying for?
What you crying
I'm just saying, if you going to your woman and you in your feeling about something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to go to your woman and talk to her.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And her
that should be the first person.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and it should. What'd you say, me, Brian?
I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Like your grandmama died. Even if your dog died.
Yeah.
I done seen a man break down about a dog. But don't come in here crying because, man, they stole my chain at the club and my grandmama gave me that chain. You better take that shit in the bathroom, cry to yourself. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be some things. It's different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna hush my man up. Yeah. Don't say you crying because you got beat up at the club either. I don't want to see that. I don't want, especially if you come home and try to put your hands on me.
If he got beat up in the club, goddamn.
I might be like, you better dry them tears. Let's go. What are you?
We're gonna pull down there.
What did Shaq say, Antoine? I ain't hear what Shaq said. What Shaq said? I ain't hear what Shaq said.
That's Flamby.
Yeah.
Flamby used to work at Silco.
Oh, I don't know.
Go back to his picture. He out of Ansley.
But you know, my thing is that I want a man to be in touch with his emotional side. I ain't saying you crying about everything. You just sniffling because you watching a movie.
Different. But I'm saying, like,
because you got to be in touch with your emotional side to be in touch with mine.
Yeah.
But
you got to be able to go to your partner, man or woman, and whatever going on with you, you got to be able to talk to that person. You got to be able to sit down and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, a lot of men saying, don't sit down and confess to a woman. But you know what? I'm so different though. You can sit there and you can talk about it as much as you want to. My thing is, at some point, probably maybe like the third or second time you bring it up, I'm like, so what you doing about it to change it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gonna be, and that's gonna
yeah.
be whether it's my man or my friend. So
Exactly.
what's your plan to change this situation? Because you can't keep on saying this, you involved in some effed up, or you doing this. He said he ain't out of Inslee, but you keep putting yourself in this situation. But what you doing to change the situation?
Yeah.
I would want him to do the same for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid of an emotional man. I would rather see a man cry, especially when it's a situation where he should be crying and he ain't, because you holding that in, and that ain't healthy. That ain't healthy at all. So my thing is that a lot of times when these men speak on, I would rather you speak about your situation than to speak on all situations,
yeah.
because that's not all situations. Like, we don't all feel like a man can't be emotional with us. We don't all feel like a man can't be the man of the household. We don't all feel like a man can't he can't lead the family. I don't want to be in this alpha position. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Am I an alpha female? Yes, I'm an alpha female. But it's a position that right now I have to be in because nobody else is taking care of me but me. Do I carry a gun? I sure do. Do I carry mace?
I better carry
I
one
sure do. It's going to be on me at all times. So I got to protect myself because right now I don't have that protection. Yeah. So I got to protect myself. So it's not that, oh, y'all so masculine. Y'all da-da-da-da. No, I'm human and I'm protecting my safety. Like, it's simple as that. Like, make it make sense. And that's what a lot of people, I feel like the men that complain the most are intimidated.
Yeah.
You are intimidated by a woman who knows exactly what she wants, know exactly what she gonna do, know exactly how to get it done, and you get intimidated because she really don't need you. She just wants you.
Want you, yeah.
And that part is good. And that's what they don't understand. Let her want you. Yeah. Because when the time comes for her to need you, then guess what? You gonna know how to be there.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I just want people to just stop taking accountability for everybody else. Start taking accountability for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, women do choose to be single. A lot of times what people don't understand, people are bridges. You have a bridge that's moving you through a relationship.
Yeah.
You come out of one relationship and you use a person as a bridge to bridge you into another one. And it's not even meant for you to be with that person for a long time. That's just a bridge. Yeah. Sometimes just take a break. Just relax. Just sit back and say, you know what? I've been in this relationship for a long time. This is what I've been used to. I'm hurt. Let me heal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like coming from the doctor. You done had surgery. Go heal for a minute. Yeah. Get yourself together. Work on you. Yeah. You know, and then put yourself back out in that dating world when them sores ain't there anymore. Mm-hmm. That cut ain't bleeding out anymore. You know what I'm saying? It may never go away because true hurt never goes away, but it ain't hurting like it used to. Yeah. You know? And so I just, with the dude, I'm not gonna call your name because I ain't gonna call you out. But they shook my hand. Dude, you hurting.
Yeah.
You really are, you hurting.
And I think he expressed that hurt through that handshake.
He did. No, I think he expressed intimidation through that handshake.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I feel like I intimidated him, so he had to let me know who was in control.
First place, why would you squeeze a woman's hand?
Period.
That's what I don't. That's the part I didn't get.
And you said that's a firm handshake. That's not a firm handshake. A firm handshake is not.
You don't give a woman a handshake like you handshake another man.
If my hand is in the middle of your hand, if it ain't even wrapping, you know how when you handshake, your hand wrap around the up. If my hand ain't even fitting around it's sitting in the middle of your hand.
Yeah.
Why would you feel like you need to squeeze my hand? Like that was stupid to me. But again, I think he was trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a man and you gonna respect me as such. No, what you gonna prove is if you follow me out this door, I'm gonna mace you and I'm gonna treat you as such. Like, I'm not.
I know one on they better not follow.
I mean, it's like you don't have to prove something that's already a given.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you walked up to me with a mustache, a beard, a haircut like a man, you walk like a man, you a man.
Yeah.
I never said I was an equal to a man. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm an equal to a man, but I am a woman. Yeah. And at the same time, why are you squeezing my hand?
Yeah, that's the part I ain't get right there.
Like, damn. And then your words are, but I thought you was an equal.
So what he trying to say, you a man?
I guess what he said, but I promise you, my mama had a little girl in the hospital. I was brought home as a little girl.
God damn.
I
That's
promise
the
you,
one I said. That's one they better not try right there.
my mama brought a little
over there.
girl, but you know, I wasn't in a setting for that. Now, if we would have been down at Chase's, there would have been a whole nother ball game because I would have been like, dude, is you like, what's the problem? Like, hold up, let me get my woody woo. Let me get my, you know what I'm saying? Like
the whole clique, Norwood Boulevard.
let me call the clique up here. You know what I'm saying? Woody woo. But nah, I mean, I just felt like it was an intimidation factor.
Yeah.
I feel like he was trying to prove a point to me, and the point was really lost because if you like me or you was trying to prove to me that you are a man's man,
there's other ways you could have did that.
It's other ways. He could have just walked up to me, shook my hand politely. Hi, I'm such and such.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I would have did the same.
Yeah.
But now my respect level for you could have been here and it's here. So guess what I'm finna do with you for the next time? What's up? I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I can't talk to you no more.
Yeah.
Like you really tried to prove something to me that was never questioned. You know, I already read your post and I knew you was kind of, you know, a little shaky touch through that. But you know, I didn't even know who you were, but that was your way of letting me know who you were. But the squeezing on the hand kind of just, that kind of put me in a place where I'm like, who you trying to prove this to? But you know, we got other topics. It's just some things. I haven't been on here for a long time. And y'all, I promise I'm going to be consistent. I got to get consistent. Yeah. I got some stuff coming up for you. I want to bring some of my people on. I want to interview them. I want to give a shout out to Demetria Brown. She does income taxes, y'all. I know income tax time is over, but I couldn't do mine right now because I know I wouldn't get no money back. But anyway, she does taxes. I want to do a shout out to her. I want to do a shout out to, again, my cousin Steven. Like, he has been my absolute backbone, through these trying times that I've been going through. Like, it's stuff I don't even have to ask him for, that he just go ahead and be like, cuz I got you. And he tell me this all the time, I got you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Shout out to cuz.
Hey, shout out to cuz. But with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all. We coming back next week. What the topic going to be, we don't know. If you want to give me some topics to talk about, hey. And a lot of these guys that want to be Facebook famous, that, you know, y'all want to put up all these little cute posts. These little cute posts so y'all can go viral. You know, y'all, if y'all want to come on here because you got something to say for real, which I don't feel like y'all probably will. But if you want to come on here because you feel like...
You don't give benefit of doubt?
Nah. Damn. A lot of these dudes, you know how you got keyboard gangsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They be like Teflon Don behind them keyboards, and you see them in person, they about 5'3" with some glasses on, with the chin strap on, all that, you know, got the braces with the thing going around the back of the head. You know, they didn't turn into keyboard gangsters. Yeah. But you know, I would like to, you know, for some people to come on here and, you know, we can give me a subject you want to talk about and we can talk about it. Yeah. But with that being said, KROC out. See y'all next week, and smooches.